All right, so you probably saw our movement challenge of single limb balance. So just to review that really quickly, pretty straightforward. You should be able to stand on one foot, eyes open for at least 45 seconds. If you're a little bit older, then the age norms are going to be in the email that you have below. So it might be a little bit different, but basically everyone should be able to stand for about 45 seconds with their eyes open, and then eyes closed. You should be able to stand there. Remember, arms crossed without kind of swaying too much, standing, putting your hands out or tapping your foot down. Eyes closed for around 7 seconds. If you can't do that, then that's a problem because it can be an indication you might be at risk for falls. You might not think you're at risk for falls until you fall, and then you find out that you're at risk for falls. So a couple things that you can do if you're looking to improve your balance. There's lots of things that you can do. One thing is just to get better at the test, so just kind of practicing single limb stance. But if you're getting really frustrated, that's not improving for you, then what we need to do is kind of regress that a little bit. So here's how we're going to do that. We're going to start working on narrowing your base of support. So basically, balance is your ability to maintain your center of gravity out inside your base of support. If your center of gravity gets outside your base of support and you can't catch yourself, that's when you tend to have falls. So what we're going to do is try to narrow that. So does it make sense that if I have my feet really wide, it's hard to push me over, versus if I have my feet together, almost anybody could come here and kind of push me over. So that widening the base of support will make your balance better. So challenging your balance, it might seem counterintuitive, but challenging your balance requires you to get a more narrow base of support or a smaller base of support, so it's more challenging for you to keep your balance. So one way that we do this is just kind of tandem walking, right? So you can kind of put one heel to the top of your toe and then just kind of keep going forward like that. That's a really good way to work on your balance. Some people can't do that. Some people just getting in this position have a really hard time balancing, and it's not a safe position. So you can kind of progressively narrow that base of support. So this is really wide, this is a little bit more narrow, this is a little bit more narrow, and then eventually if you get good enough, then you can get heel to toe and then balance like this. This is a really good exercise to balance. Again, make sure you're somewhere where if you lose your balance, you can kind of catch yourself with your hands, or you have a safe diameter around you that you can kind of kick your foot out to make sure that you catch your balance. But just kind of spending some time here will help improve your balance and improve your score on this test. If you get a little bit better at that, then what you can do is, if you're still struggling keeping that foot up, then you can put most of your weight on one side and then a little bit of weight on the other side, and that will focus your balance. For me, this time on the left side, I can still keep my hand here, balance here, and then when I get really good, I can just kind of pick that foot up, and that can improve your balance. And then of course, with any of these exercises, if you close your eyes, you're going to make that more difficult. So take those things, kind of work on that, and we're going to give you a little bit of a program here where you can kind of check off things that you can do on a daily basis and use these exercises, maybe a couple different ones that Lauren has for you, to work on your balance so that you can improve your score on that single limb balance test.